White people are trying to figure out how and why black people have collectively withdrawn from this country, essentially.
So it's clear that we are watching the fall of the American empire in real time. And there is a stark difference in the way that the white community is responding and how the black community is responding. The black community en masse has completely withdrawn.
And it's clear to me that a lot of y'all have never been in a toxic relationship. And unfortunately, I have. But let me tell you how this goes. In a toxic relationship, you usually have one person who isn't shit, right? And it's usually the man. And the man is, you know, emotionally abusive. He is a cheater. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. He gaslights. He's narcissistic. But he also has a lot of potential, right? He also can be very loving. He also promises things to come in the future, right? He also can be very exciting at times. And those things keep the woman around. But when things are bad, shit goes up, right? Windows get broken, cars get scratched up, TVs get shattered, broken glass everywhere. Just a lot of chaos in these situations at times, right? And this goes on. These ebbs and flows, these ups and downs go on for years sometimes. But at some point, the abused party in his relationship just completely wakes up and decides that he or she is over it, right? And when that happens, there is no blow up. There is no broken windows. There is no shattered windshields. There is no scratched up cars. There's just calm, right? There's folded clothes. There's neatly packed possessions. And that person decides to go on about their business. And that's where black people are with this country at this point, right? Like, we're just sick of y'all shit. And we're not going to protest. We're not rioting. We're not doing none of that shit. You know what I mean? Most of us are just simply withdrawing, going on about our business and surviving like we know how to, like we have always done since this country, since before this country was founded.
A lot of people got mad at me when I said this is not black people's fight and that we're on a couch for a reason. And I just want to remind you guys of something. This is a projection of the 2024 presidential election exit polls. And when I say this is not black people's fight, I say that because 85% of black people voted for this not to happen. And when you look at all the other races, you can tell that there's a significant amount of votes that could have stopped this from happening. When I said that y'all wasn't out there fighting for us, I'm not talking about the 41% of YT people. I'm not talking about the 52% of Hispanic Latino, the 54% of Asian, the 42% of POCs. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the 57% of YT people that voted for this and the 2% of YTs that voted for somebody completely else. I'm talking about the 46% of Hispanic Latino people that voted for this. 46%, that's dang near 1 in every 2 Hispanics who voted for this. I'm talking about the 39% of Asians. That is a significant amount for this projection. This other is POCs. And this is what gets me, is that y'all lump black people and POCs together. No, we are not together. 54% of POCs voted for this. 54%, that is literally 1 in every 2 POC who voted for that. And don't get me wrong, there's not words created to show how bad I feel about everything that's going on right now. And even though I'm saying this is not our fight, I'm still doing everything I can to show the injustices of what's going on right now. But to say that there aren't enough black people out there protesting right now is absurd to me, because we've been fighting, we've been trying to tell you guys about the injustices of what's going on, and you guys are just now seeing it. So yeah, I still stand on what I said, that black people need to be on the couch and this is not our fight. But let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.
And there's a reason why you see people on social media sitting here antagonizing black people. Where are the black people? How come they're not supporting our struggle? You see non-black Latinos in comment sections and posting videos. Where are the black people supporting our immigration struggle? You mean the black people that your parents and tias and tios told you don't bring home? You mean those black people? You mean the black people who look like the black people in your community that you ostracize? Oh, do you mean the black Latinos that you fucking pretend don't exist? Maybe that's the black people you're talking about. Okay? So, you know, you see them. Where's black? How come black people are not on the front lines? What you mean you're resting and da 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 da? The reason why they want us to go out there is because they want us to be their shield. So that they can start acting a mess, acting a fool, start breaking windows and doing nonsense like that, which, to be quite honest, you should be fucking doing. Let's keep it fucking for real, because that's what really revolution is about. But you don't see that happening. Why? Because they don't have the Negro shield. Us.
So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I trust that you're doing well today and you are welcome to the channel again. So yeah, so currently you've checked the patterns and you probably have known how this thing goes. So you have had, there's a lot of people who are making noise on the internet. Why are black people all of a sudden just silent? Yeah, and this one is not sitting well with a lot of people because they are used to black people putting themselves in front of everything, black people fighting even for their rights, black people going to the streets, their life is being violated because they are fighting for certain rights. And it's apparently that now they have started to see what the black community were fighting for. And they're asking themselves, why are blacks all of a sudden just silent? They are not fighting for these rights anymore. They are not putting themselves out there. They're not protesting. And it's only for them. If it's something that concerns them, they're going to speak about it. If it doesn't concern them, they're not going to speak about it. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, this is in regard to what is happening in the US right now. You've seen how our beloved president is governing the nation. Like, this guy is governing the nation like one army man. Like, he doesn't consult with his subordinate. And if he does, he only chooses the few that are going to be on his side, no matter how wrong he's gonna be. You've seen in the beginning of this year how the ICE people actually violated a lot of Americans, I would say so. The Hispanic community were not left aside. They were violated, their rights were violated, and actually some of them were even forced to go out of their country, the country that they've known since they were young, or rather they were born into. And the black community was still silent. But now most of you are mad because you don't see black people in the streets anymore. This is because when the black people were trying to tell you all that this is the cause and this is the outcome, you know, because initially you were the people who went on the line and voted for this guy out of race. And actually most of you voted because you are thinking that the black community is going to be violated and the blacks were finally going to go back to I don't know where, because they've been into the US since they were born and that is their country too. And unfortunately that is not what is happening. The tables turned and now everyone is mad. Everyone is just asking questions and they need answers. They need black people to make noise, and the silence is just getting as loud as ever. So ladies and gentlemen, this is something like, if you've seen how black community have been vocal, especially with the human rights, and when they speak about these human rights that are being violated each and every time by the government that you voted for, most people were thinking that is just banter, that is just noise, that is just something to do with, you know, how the black people have been positioned or how they've been profiled to be just making noise for no reason. But you know what, up to this sense, I think like I'm glad, because at least now the black community can actually identify themselves and support themselves without indulging into something else that doesn't really concern them. As previously, they would come as a community and speak for a certain community that didn't even care about them, you know? Yeah. So currently, you have seen that is the pattern, and that is what is actually going on. And they can actually sit and enjoy at least what their forefathers fought for, you know? So ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping that you're doing well today. And just in case you're new here, my name is Yvonne. Please comment down below. Let me know what you think about this black silence. Do you think like it's necessary for them to continue being silent and mind their own problems? Because I believe they do have one. So Comment down below, let me know what you think about this particular topic. And the only way you can support me, ladies and gentlemen, is by subscribing to this amazing channel, and I will be very grateful. And you know how we do. Until next time.